We got Polo in the listeners, man. Shh. Don't say too much.
Polo World, we live, we back, we direct, we in a building. Tsu Surf. Now, it's been a lot of talks going on recently. Math Hoffa just went viral, insinuating that Tsu Surf took a deal that got other people locked up. He was talking to Easy the Block Captain. In this clip, he said, oh, y'all didn't know?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one, like, I feel like I'm at the level, like, he know my next two. I think after my next one is like, that's my highest. I probably can, maybe Surf, when Surf come home, right? That'll be something,
I don't think he gonna battle.
Who, Surf?
You don't think so?
He got 3 lined up.
Nah.
I heard he's talking about 3 people he want to battle when he come home.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's like that
I ain't
now?
know, I got called for him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I heard it's 3.
Damn, niggas really don't care.
Who, Surf?
Niggas really don't care no more. That's crazy.
Care about what?
I can't be the only nigga.
Yeah, you're the only nigga. Keep
I
that with
can't be the only nigga.
The only nigga that do what happened?
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna just keep it to myself. I'm gonna just keep it to
What
myself.
are you talking about?
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh.
Okay? Is that,
You
you know?
Oh,
You know?
I think I know what you're talking about too.
There's still rules, right? Yeah, you know. There's still rules.
But I don't think it came out though. I don't think the paperwork came out.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Y'all didn't know? Y'all rocking with that? Y'all rocking with that? And, you know, this sparked up a lot of internet news. A lot of people became detectives. And, you know, now they're trying I ain't gonna front. A lot of people was writing me, yo, Polo. Well, we here now. So let's actually get into this. And Tsu Surf did not snitch, for the record. Tsu Surf is among 10 defendants in crime number 21369, a major federal RICO case in New Jersey targeting the Rolling 60 neighborhood crip enterprise. The government alleges the conspiracy spanned from 2015 to 2022, involving acts of violence, firearm offenses, drug trafficking. In April 2023, Tsu Surf pled guilty to 2 counts of RICO conspiracy and possession of firearms and ammunition by a convicted felon. He was later sentenced to 5 years, 6 months in federal prison plus 3 years of supervised release. Importantly, the public record DOJ press releases his indictment and sentences statement contains no mention of cooperation, no substantial assistance language, or snitching. So for those of you that might be confused on what a plea is basically a legal agreement between the defendant and the prosecution. Instead of taking the case to trial and risking a much longer sentence if found guilty, the defendant admits guilty to specific charges in exchange for set punishment or reduced exposure. In federal court, this is common. More than 90% of cases end in plea deals. A plea doesn't automatically mean cooperation or snitching. It simply means the person accepted responsibility for certain counts. The court still reviews the agreement and the judge decides whether to accept it before handing down the final sentence. Now, those of you like, okay, cool. Well, the reason why I'm saying this is because Tsu Surf had 10 co-defendants. In this, they all copped out to the same charges, meaning that they all were in agreement that we are going to say, we did this, we are acknowledging that this is that, and this is that. It's not nobody in this being actually named. It's not nobody being blamed. If you go through this paperwork, it's not Surf saying, yeah, they did it. It's dumb. He's saying he's taking responsibility. It's dumb saying they taking responsibilities for this, for that, for this, whatever it might be. It's not no single person being named. There's no records of that anywhere. In fact, the feds actually have an eyewitness. They had another member that wasn't part of the 10 that was around since 2015. That was a star witness helping the feds build all of their case on the Rolling 60s in New Jersey. Like, they didn't need them. They already had a snitch. They already had somebody that was cooperating, somebody that was giving them all the details. That's how they knew the whole layout. They knew the Instagrams. They knew every single detail because they already had a star witness. Now, this star witness name obviously is sealed, and the reason why it's sealed also is because they did not go to trial. The person that the government had in 2015, he was already willing to cooperate and go to trial and name everybody. The government didn't need no more assistance. They didn't need no more help. They had everything in black and white from this person, and they were willing to take it to trial. They felt they had enough. You know, the feds don't go to trial unless they feel they can beat you. Now, when you actually go through the paperwork in the plea agreement, each of these gentlemen that's in this case has a plea agreement and what they copped out to and what they're agreeing to. None of in these plea agreement does it say anything about testifying on anyone else, or does it say anything that will lead to the arrest of any of the other co-defendants. Let me give you an example. Now, Young Thug in situation with Young Thug and Gunna. Young Thug main thing in which he said on the interview that went viral, whoop-de-doo, that which went viral. He said his main thing with Gunna.
What's the worst betrayal you can do from in a trial? Well, we saying YSL is not a game. What's the worst you can do? Say it's a game. Yeah. Nigga, them folk called you second in charge. Them folk called you CEO, second man in charge.
Hold up, let me say this though. What about the niggas who actually started YSL too? Didn't they take their plea before Gunna?
No, he the first plea.
For real?
Gunna took the first plea. You know that. You know that.
I didn't know that.
To what made Gunna a rat, it's the fact that he did not communicate what he was doing with any of us. Meaning, we didn't even have time to talk, his other co-Ds. We didn't have time to discuss a plan. We didn't have time. We were a record label. I had everything proven that I'm a record label. We had thousands of paperwork. But he said when Gunna actually got in front of the judge and said, yes, ma'am, we a gang, he said that threw everything out. Now that's snitching. When you take 10 people in a plea deal in Tsu Surf situation and they're all copping out to the same thing, that means they all had a conversation. And when you actually go through the paperwork and you look through the paperwork in the agreement, in order for the plea agreement to stand, the only thing that was required was that each person admit or take responsibility to what they have done. The government is not gonna just let you take, including, it's a person on this with an alleged body, including them. They had to take responsibility in order to get this plea. They had to go on record and say what they have done in regards to their own particular situation. So not the plea agreement wasn't for this person to say what Surf done, or for Surf to say what he's done, or for these, or to say what they wanted them to say what they have done themselves and take responsibility. Nowhere in this case does it say a deal was made. Nowhere on this paperwork does it say anything pertaining to of such. All it says is that, they all copped out and took a plea, and they all said what each of them done themselves. Now, y'all probably like, Polo, it was a sealed, it had sealed. Now, when you read the paperwork, it's sealed because it's a witness, which I mentioned earlier in this blog. The feds have a star eyewitness that's telling everything, that told everything, whatever you want to call it. This didn't go to trial, so public will never know who this person is. The defendants know who this person is, but it's sealed because they didn't go to trial. Like, this is super public. Surf has been super transparent this whole time. He ain't disappeared. He been tweeting out. I ain't gonna lie, Math, that's a little nasty to even imply that with no type of paperwork. At least if you gonna say that in an interview, you supposed to have your editor queue up something that what you was talking about. So that's the thing. So when you look at some of these paperwork blogs, you might be like, oh, you might be confused because of the verbiage and the language. But when you actually break it down, if you got any type of AI app or anything like that, all you gotta do is ask the damn AI, ask Grok, what Elon Musk, ask one of them, and they gonna tell you. Now, Tsu Surf manager, his road manager, Q, actually responded to Math Hoffa. Now, he actually said, you can't uncorny a niggas been hating for over a decade, give a nigga a mic and a platform, and he liable to say anything for clicks. And he's talking about Math Hoffa. How y'all feeling in the chat? Now, again, you gonna believe what you want to believe. Like, at the end of the day, I'm Polo, you gonna believe what you want to believe. I know what I read. It don't say nothing about snitching, no agreement, no you about to get released earlier for telling on him. It says nothing like that in this document. Actually, to be honest with you, when you read some of these charges, you might not even want to talk about this. Like, they got some serious charges on there, like some real serious gangster on there. So, you know what I mean? Be careful. That's all I'm saying.
We got Polo in the listeners, man. Don't say too much.